Hello, welcome to the fifth video in this series. This is going to be quite a short one. This is going to be an alternative technique that you can use to the if statement, which was in the previous video that we looked at. So if you haven't done that one yet, or if you don't know how to use if statements, you definitely don't want to be looking at this yet. And in fact, you might not even use select case in your actual programs. But if you've got a lot of different outcomes for your decision blocks, for your selection blocks, as the exam will call them, then this can help you produce tidier code. Okay, so some of you might want to look at this. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the last exercise that was in the last video and see how we can tidy it up, maybe using a select case statement. So we had 10 different outcomes last time. Okay, so if we've got 10 different outcomes, especially if there's lots going on in these blocks, at the moment there's only one line between each of the if and else ifs, but if they were full of loads of lines, so for instance if this was like a menu or something, this can look very messy and can be difficult to follow. So what we can use is select case. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete all of the if and else ifs, so I've just got my code with no conditions and therefore no way of branching between the two different, or the 10 different, I should say, types of or areas of code. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I've got console write line number in there. Okay, or console read line number. I'm going to store that value in number. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to say select number. Okay, and notice it's already put in there case for me. If the case is 0, then I'm going to do this piece of code here. Okay, if the case is 1, then I'm going to do this piece of code, and hopefully from that you can see how this is working. We're just going to examine whatever variable I've got here. So if I've got the outcome of some expression stored in a variable, I'm going to examine all of the different possible outcomes that it could be. There's 10 different outcomes, so there's going to be 10 different cases. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy all of those and just paste them in, and I'm going to say case 2, case 3, and so on. As you can see, this is making the code a lot more easier to read. It's got more indents, so it's making it a bit cleaner. We can space it out more with lines, which is good practice as well. And it means that if I have to add in more, I've miscounted somewhere along the lines, have I? 0, 1, 2, 3... Oh no, I've got 2 1s in there, look, there we go. So if I add this into there, beg your pardon. If we want to add more blocks of code between our lines of our cases, so if we want case 8 for example to execute 100 lines, this is going to look a lot cleaner for us. Okay, it's an alternative. You might not want to use it. It's something that you've probably not seen in other languages, because not all languages contain this block, but if you like the look of it, it's something that you should maybe investigate. So what I suggest you do is go and have a look at the exercises that were on the previous video and see if you can work out how to convert them into a select case statement. That isn't always going to look nice and pretty. Okay, so sometimes the if is going to be better, but for when things are longer, like in this example, then it's going to be a bit more helpful. Okay, hopefully that will be of use to you, and I will see you in the next video where we're going to look at how to build in repetition and looping. So I'll see you then. Thank you and goodbye.